Good evening, board members and community members. This is our presentation of the tentative budget for the 2020-21 school year. Just to give everyone an awareness of the timeline that our school district follows, and this is mandated in line with New Jersey Department of Education requirements. Tonight's meeting is a tentative budget approval. After tonight, the total budget amount cannot be increased. It can be lowered, but it cannot be increased after tonight's approval. We have additional meetings March 26th, April 14th, and then the final hearing on April 30th, and then what is set there is our budget for the coming school year, just to make everybody aware of how the timelines work and where the decisions come in. As our district looks to craft a budget for each school year, we really rely on our mission statement and our strategic planning goals as a guidance for making sure that we have funding for the things that matter, whether it be resources for students, professional development for teachers, different facility needs within the district. Our strategic planning goals, just as a reminder for folks, we have three main goals. Our first one speaks primarily to academic and innovative opportunities for our students. The second goal speaks to building students who are social and emotionally strong and become adaptable and confident citizens. And goal number 3 speaks to how we offer professional development and support the adult learners in our community. We have 3 main directives that we follow as we are building our budget. I'm going to hand this over to Robin at this point as she works with our finance committee on this piece.
Okay. Our 3 directives include managing and controlling expenses in the operating budget so that we end the year with a 2.5% surplus. Provide adequate funding that does not diminish to the greatest degree possible current services to students, including facilities, security, and support of the goals in the strategic plan. And ensure a tax levy of 2% exclusive of SGLAs, which are the spending growth adjustments, and bank cap.
When we look at the budget that we are proposing for the coming school year, these are a sampling of the items that are contained within the budget. And again, these relate back to strategic planning initiatives. There is funding provided for science instructional materials, specifically new kits at the elementary level that are required for the 3rd and final phase of our science renewal. This would be the life science units that would be coming into elementary school. We have a need for updated middle school textbooks and online resources that accompany that, and then new high school biology books/online resources. The budget also includes new materials for our high school robotics classes. I know there were board members on our school walkthroughs last month who got to see students at Parsippany Hills engage with some of our robotics materials. We are in full implementation of our reading writing workshop program at our elementary and middle school. We have additional money set aside for increasing novels, not only now at our middle school, but at our high school as well. Because of some new course opportunities that we'll be offering for high school students next year through a STEM Pathways and through a 3-year opportunity that would lead to certification in cybersecurity. There's professional development associated with that to support our teachers who will be teaching those classes. We will look for support to add additional staff to support our growing elementary strings program. We saw our string students at our previous 2 board meetings perform for us. Mandarin Chinese, additional special education enrollment needs, and a school-based therapeutic program, both a Tier 1 and a Tier 2 level program. We're looking to support the renewal of our Go Math textbook. Our online resources come to a conclusion at the end of this year, and this is a renewal for our online program at kindergarten through grade 5. And then also continuing our security partnership with the township for our school resource officers and our Class 3 officers.
Okay, so this year, for the 2020-21 budget, we received $914,000 in additional state aid. Just so that everybody understands where that money was put in the budget, we had negotiated salaries and benefits this year where we finalized our negotiated contracts, and all of that, giving the teachers raises and everybody else, came to $3.2 million. So that's more than our 2% tax increase. So some of the money went to that. Some of the money went to increased Morris County Vocational Technical School enrollments, increased transportation costs, and technology enhancements. In this year's budget for capital projects, we have the Parsippany High School main gym floor replacement, including bleachers and a curtain, partial roof replacement at Parsippany Hills, district-wide door replacements, district-wide flooring replacements, gymnasium fans at both high schools, air conditioning units, and district-wide paving and concrete work. The next slide is how our revenues are seen through the district. Our biggest revenue is the local taxes for the general fund, more than $142 million. And then you can see that the rest of the revenues are quite a bit lower than that. Most of our revenues do come from the local taxes. The next slide is about our budget appropriations. Our biggest expense, of course, is instruction at $72 million plus. That includes teacher salaries and includes supplies and textbooks in the classrooms. And as you can see, the second is employee benefits, and then the rest of them just go on down with, I can't see, support services, operation and maintenance, and so on and so forth. The next slide is how are the taxes calculated. Well, on a cost of an average home at $371, you'll see the tax increase for this year with a 2% increase in taxes is $148.82. And then this just reiterates that, that on a home that's $371 assessed value, the taxes go up $148.82. And these are just the upcoming dates that Dr. Sargent already went over for our Board of Ed meetings and then our public hearing and budget adoption. Okay.
So board members, the budget that we presented to you that Robin and the Finance Committee have worked on reflects the directions that were provided at the beginning of this process, and we're certainly available to address any questions that you may have.